Hi, this is Attorney Joe Mitchell, YourHarvardAttorney.com, serving the greater Philadelphia area, criminal and personal injury law. Today we're going to look at DUI. We're going to talk about the breathalyzer test. There's been a lot of talk about the breathalyzer test recently. And the talk has been that the machines were improperly calibrated. And a very bold defense attorney who challenged everything went head-to-head with the DA, and it turns out that 4 of their machines were improperly calculated for a long period of time. So a lot of cases are being turned back. And we want to know, and I'm sure that if you have a DUI case, especially that was done within that period, you want to know, well, what's going to happen with your case? Well, I want to take the mystery out of DUI, because it's important for you to understand that there is, first of all, the blood test and the breathalyzer. And those tests are scientific tests which show that you had either a blood alcohol level which is above the minimum that's needed to convict you for DUI, or that you had drugs in your system. Any kind of drugs you have in your system can be used to convict you for DUI. So if you had smoked a joint 2 days ago, it's still going to be in your system, and you're still going to get caught for DUI even though you hadn't been smoking for 2 days. If they do your blood, it's going to show up in your blood. But here's the important thing. If the breathalyzer was used to calculate your blood alcohol content, and that breathalyzer was miscalculated, then they have to throw that out. So all they have is, but they do have something. And this is the important thing that you have to understand. Just because they throw the breathalyzer out doesn't mean that you can just walk scot-free. Because they do have the officer's testimony about your unfit driving. And there is a statute that says that if your driving is unfit and it's due to consumption of alcohol, then you are guilty of it's called A1. And under A1, you don't lose your, the good thing about it is that you don't lose your license and you don't go to jail if it's your first offense. Now, if it's your second or third offense, then that's different. But if it's your first offense, you don't lose your license and you don't go to jail. So it's a good thing, but you're not totally out of the woods. The police officer is going to say that you were slurring your speech, that you had red eyes, that you were driving erratically. They're going to say all those things, and then there has to be some kind of rebuttal about that. So I just wanted to give you sort of a wider and a broader understanding of what the breathalyzer calibration issue is, and that just because the breathalyzer is miscalculated doesn't mean that you're totally out of the woods. In fact, if this is your 3rd DUI, you still may be facing some relatively serious jail time. If you have any more questions, please call me, 215-557-7111, 215-557-7111, or check me out at the web, YourHarvardAttorney.com. That's YourHarvardAttorney.com, serving greater Philadelphia. Personal injury, DUI, criminal. Thank you. This is Attorney Joe Mitchell.